Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. Have you heard this one? Be careful, because the light at the end of the tunnel might be an oncoming train. Even if you're on track, you can still get run over. Bad things happen to good people, just like good things happen to bad people. But here's when we have a challenge. We think we're being good and going after our goal, and yet it seems like we run into obstacle, we run into challenge, we run into painful problems. We feel like we keep getting run over again and again, and we cannot figure out why. I mean, isn't life supposed to get easier when we're getting better? Well, there's something known as motivators. There's 5 of them. And these motivators, you're born average in all of them. And then over time, is it nature? Is it nurture? Who knows? I'm just going with it. But over time, you develop these in an order and hierarchy. And these motivators help you establish goals. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because you can have a goal of being the best you possible. And you can also have a goal of being the hottest mess out there. See, your very powerful mind, known as the subconscious, which runs all of your habits and patterns, and whether it's success or failure, that's simply a habit and pattern. Your subconscious mind does not choose. It just runs the program it's been installed to have. So you've got these motivators, and these motivators help you establish the goals in order of your primary motivator. You're going to have a goal that is lined up with that primary motivator. And then those motivators are meant to keep you on track emotionally to either get the goal, or to get its opposite, which is getting the nightmare. Okay? It's either going to be the dream or the nightmare. So these motivators are in place to either keep you functional or dysfunctional. If you were to take your hand and put it on a piece of paper and draw around it. I don't know about all of you in other countries, but here in the U.S., all of us as kids were taught this in school. Put your hand on a piece of paper and draw around it. We would do this for our national holiday, Thanksgiving. And our hand then turns into a turkey. The thumb is the head, and the 4 fingers are the feathers. Well, it is the same way with our motivators. So status is the thumb, it's the head. Everything runs through status. Then you've got the index finger is control. Who are you pointing it at? Are you pointing it at yourself, or are you pointing it at others, trying to control them? The middle finger is autonomy, how much freedom you have. You feel like somebody's taking away your freedom. What do? You flip them the bird. Then you have the ring finger, that is going to be relationships and how you relate to others. And then your pinky finger is going to be fairness, truth, and justice in the world. Oh, by the way, status is, are you up or are you down? Either compared to others or compared to who you were, just this morning, yesterday. Do you feel like you're making progress? Now, we talked about fear tolerated is faith contaminated. You have to have faith that you can actually turn your dream into reality. So you must have faith. But unfortunately, because we were discounted when we were younger. We were not recognized for our gifts, talents, and abilities. In fact, we were appreciated for making someone else's life easier at the expense of ourselves. So we were not validated. We were not loved the way that we needed to be. For some of us, there were extreme situations that we should not have experienced where our very well-being was taken away from us to maybe control us. And we lived in a lot of crisis, chaos, and confusion. By the way, I just went over the what's known as the core four wounds, which is going to be abandonment, rejection, unworthiness, and invalidation. So you've got a core wound, and then from that core wound, you're motivated to find the people, places, and things that will continue to give you status where you're going to be one down, to have you continue pointing your finger at everybody else going, I can only be okay when you make it okay, to continue to notice how our autonomy and our freedom is taken away. The relationships we have are always going to be ones that seem to trigger us, and there is no fairness, there is no justice in the world. Whew, no wonder you're so freaking exhausted. That's a heck of a way to live, is to value a wound and then because of that wound continue to find or to continue to be motivated to find all the things that are going to bring that out. But what if you've been motivated to find all the things to bring that out, not to continue with the wound, but actually to allow it to heal, to begin to understand what your wound is, and then from there to be motivated to find all the people, places, and things that are going to assist you in that healing. It is possible. But before you can do that, you need to understand where you're at right now. See, all of us love to start out at some place other than where we really are, because where we really are hurts. It can be an undescribable pain to be like this, especially if it's been long term. So we'd rather suppress, repress, gloss it over and go, oh, that's not where I'm at. I'm in a completely different place. Okay, so to begin the process, and these 5 to 10 minutes that I share with you, you already know. It is going to give you insight, but it is not going to give you implementation for impact. Awareness is always the first step. So I want you to have this awareness, but your life is not going to get better based on this. You have got to have a system and process to take that pain and turn it into progress. Okay, so first you need to understand that you were taught to value a wound because of the experience that you went through, and now you are motivated to find the people, places, and things that will continue to motivate you to have the wound. Because you can't recognize how to be better until you recognize where you're hurting. Okay, so what do you want to do? Well, first understand what seems to be the one that's triggering you the most right now. Abandonment, boy, there is nobody there for you. Or rejection, they're there, but you can never be good enough for them. Unworthiness means that you continue to try to earn your success based on your actions, but those actions continue to repress the pain that you've been through. And invalidation, you are going to have people in your life that it doesn't matter what you do, that they'll never be at a space to give you what it is that you need, because you continue transferring your power over to other people, places, and things to make you okay. It's time for you to claim it back. Then, once you understand that, you can look at how you were taught in status always to be one down, how you were taught to point at other people and say, you need to make me okay, how you were taught to give your freedom up by allowing dysfunctional coping habits and patterns to try to make you better. It's what we talked about yesterday, how you will sacrifice your dream for these small short-term feel-goods through self-sabotage. The relationships aren't what they need to be because the relationships are based on your past pain, and you keep looking for life to be fair. And the more you look for it, the more you're going to find all the ways that you are freaked up with it. Okay, if I can assist you. Now, this is just for your awareness. To go, you're not crazy. You're not nuts. You've simply been programmed and conditioned to experience life this way. That's all. So once you're aware of that, then you can begin upgrading this programming and conditioning. 1-636-699-7791. 1-636-699-7791. Reach out to me. We can find out what's going on. I can let you know what program, what I might have that would be the best fit for you. You can also go to drewdawnferguson.com/2021 and look at what's available to you, the training I have coming up in just a couple of weeks on these motivators and how you can begin flipping them. And this way you are on track, but you're on track going the direction you need to be. And this way life stops running over you. Okay. Time to get you moving in the direction of progress.